Golden Freddy is an enigma of the FNAF universe. They're the most mysterious animatronic, still favorite though for a load of people, okay? Perhaps because they're mysterious, or maybe because people like golden shiny things, because I get that last part. But nevertheless, there are still some certain aspects of Golden Freddy's confusing history that we may actually be able to solve for. And those mysteries are what we're exploring today, so let's do it. An intent phone guy. While we do hear Golden Freddy's jump scare at the end of the phone recording on night 4 of FNAF 1, we also hear Freddy's music playing, the March of the Toreador that's slowed down, implying that phone guy actually ended up running out of power. It is possible that all the animatronics were present at the time of phone guy's death, and that Freddy therefore also took part in the ending of the phone guy, but otherwise I would suggest that Golden Freddy at least didn't work alone, as Freddy was at least there too, okay? So I mean, it would make sense two Freddys might team up to take down phone guy together, maybe sharing their victory over him because they're kind of brothers in a weird sense. But this is also supported by the stuttering and murmuring we hear on the night 5 phone call, because that sounds an awful lot like auditory hallucinations that Golden Freddy causes us to experience throughout these nights. Come on, if anyone is going to kill the phone guy, it's probably going to be Golden Freddy. And at 9, it's me. There are only 2 people who are really able to see this Easter egg to my knowledge, and it involves getting the Curse of Fredbear DLC and completing a game and then being taken to the victory screen. There you'll find 3 posters reminiscent of ones from the alleyway and pizzeria simulator. However, this is where the ability to unlock this Easter egg is actually determined, okay? To be able to do this, you need 3 clown posters. All 3 of them need to be clowns, which is incredibly rare, and I mean like incredibly rare. Plus, then you need to hit them all with darts, which you only get 4 of. And if you miss 2 of them, you're boned, okay? I've looked for this Easter egg for hours on both my personal live streams and in one of our FNAF live streams here, I think. I'm pretty sure that was the thing. Since I wanted to find this myself, okay, I wanted to so badly, but I didn't, okay? Since if you manage to actually get this, the barn changes to seemingly a blacklight version where the victory banner changes to read "It's me," and everything starts glowing because of the blacklight, okay? YouTubers Johnny Blocks, who follows me on Instagram and Twitter, what's up Johnny, how you doing? And apparently Daco, who has no idea who I am, are the only 2 to have actually gotten this Easter egg from what I've seen and what I've been told in the comments. And not even MapHat was able to get this, and Eddie VR wasn't really trying, and neither were any of the other boys. But I mean, like, some think that this is Golden Freddy still having a hold over the FNAF world, or in this game, or wherever Glitch Trapper William is, because, you know, Golden Freddy, people think that one that you should not have killed. You know the deal, okay? I don't know. At first I thought it was a lie, but Johnny's cool, so I believe him now. And at 8, Yendo. Yendo might initially appear to just be the endoskeleton of Funtime Freddy, but it is actually more likely that he is the endoskeleton of another version of Freddy that's just not suited up. As Yendo has a right hand, where normally Funtime Freddy would just have Bonbon attached. I mean he can remove it and actually put a hand on, but why would Funtime Freddy be without Bonbon? Many believe that the name Yendo, which seems to be a combination of yellow and endo, does allude to him being the endoskeleton of a golden variation of Funtime Freddy, or just maybe the original Golden Freddy endoskeleton that was removed prior to the 1st and 2nd game. However, I'm pretty sure in the timeline sister location takes place after those, so I doubt it. And at 7, Fredbear is Golden Freddy. One theory that I've seen plenty of times, and I'm pretty sure was mostly at the start of the FNAF 4's release, is the theory that Golden Freddy and the Fredbear animatronic are the same animatronic, suggesting that the reason Golden Freddy is all limp in the original FNAF and FNAF 2 are because his endoskeleton was removed after Crying Child's bite in 1983, and then that's why the suit has to teleport around and cause hallucinations, because it can't actually move. This would also probably mean that Crying Child was the one in the Golden Freddy suit. However, this seems to not be the case, since, you know, the characters are separate in Ultimate Custom Night, and just the coloring and the size. Since Golden Freddy is much smaller than Fredbear would have been, since, you know, Fredbear would have to accommodate a human as well as the endoskeleton part, since it was a Springlock suit, and Golden Freddy just wouldn't, since he would just be an animatronic and not a Springlock. However, with Springtrap's design and Scrap Baby and Normal Baby, along with Scrap Trap and Springtrap being present in Ultimate Custom Night, those defenses for this are fairly shot, but considering how the Springlock suits weren't decommissioned until at least after 1985, after the Missing Children's incident, since Afton uses that to kill kids, it is unlikely that this was the case, especially considering how, you know, Afton has literally no empathy and wouldn't care that his kid died. And at 6, possession rules. Not possession rules, the rules of possession. Possession in the FNAF universe is very interesting, however, it's not something that we fully understand yet. There are a couple of things we know, like how Agony is one of the most powerful emotions that stretches out further from the body than any other emotion, but we don't really know if agony, grabbing hold of something, what we call possession, are really the same thing. We don't know if when you die it's your remaining agony or if it's supposed to be your spirit that is guided through agony, and we also don't really know any other rules if there are any, okay? You might need to be close to the thing that you're possessing, assuming that possession and agony are actually the same thing, because I mean, like, it can only reach out so far, right? But if it's not, then I don't know what the rules are. Okay, we know very little about possession in the FNAF universe, and it's probably going to stay that way, because I mean, if we knew the rules, it would mean that the series would have to be confined to those rules. But by never establishing a set of restrictions, the games can do whatever they want, and we can't really question it since they never really said it couldn't happen. Well done, Scott. Thanks. I'm not mad. Halfway through into number 5, the Logbook. Some believe that there are 2 spirits possessing the security survival logbook actual book that we can actually buy. One of them being Golden Freddy and the other one being Crying Child. But I believe that these altered texts aren't actually another spirit, since it wouldn't really make much sense for 2 spirits to communicate in different ways, but then also be a part of the same suit and then the same book, because like, what? I mean, one uses faded text and the other one alters what is already in the book, which seems to be like way more difficult than just making faded text. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're hallucinations that we're seeing from Mike's perspective and reading the book, but most believe that the other spirit is Golden Freddy, and then there's Cassidy and Crying Child in the book. I mean, like, why? Because they also believe they share the same animatronic, which also doesn't make sense. More on that later though. In it for Crying Child. Some people believe that the one possessing the Golden Freddy animatronic is Crying Child. This is mostly based on the It's Me hallucinations from FNAF 1 and the reveal that his older brother has been our player character over the first 6 games of the series, excluding FNAF 4. So why would people believe this? Well, because it would explain the line of It's Me. I literally just explained it. Why are you asking me that question? Since if we do play as Mike Lapton in the first game, It's Me could just end up being Crying Child trying to communicate to his older brother who he is. It could also explain the constant use of the phrase It's Me in the security logbook, since some also believe it to be possessed by the spirit of Golden Freddy, like I just said, or the 2 spirits inside the book are 2 spirits inside Golden Freddy, which again makes no sense to me, but still. Although there is one hole I can think of in this theory is if you're trying to be like, hey bro, it's me, it's your little brother. Well, why would you then kill your big brother? I don't really know. I don't have a big brother, so maybe I don't understand. And I mean, like, Michael kind of did cause him to die, but I would get that. For the animatronic Josh shouldn't have crushed me, so who knows. Getting close to the end, into number 3, the one you should not have killed. The one you should not have killed is the main, I guess, antagonist of Ultimate Custom Night. This character, who most believe to be Cassidy, is the one causing this whole situation, trapping William in his own mind while keeping him alive in order to torture him for his crimes. And while this may still be Cassidy, okay, I think it's Crying Child. I have a whole theory with all of my evidence as to why, so go check that out if you're interested. But the gist of it is, Crying Child was close to his dad when he died, not close to the Golden Freddy animatronic, and Cassidy was inside the Golden Freddy animatronic. So yeah, that makes more sense. But no matter who it is, the one you should not have killed can't actually be Golden Freddy. Because, like, while the evidence certainly seems to point us in that direction, from what we know now, William isn't in hell or in purgatory for the first game, but he's rather trapped in his own body, thanks to the man in room 1280 showing us that William can't die from the Fazbear Frights Book 5 bunny call. He's also, you know, still having a body in burn trap come security breach, so yeah, he wasn't in hell, unfortunately. I would have really liked for him to be in hell, because then I wouldn't have to deal with his scrawny burnt ass, but oh well. There is one character that's possessed multiple things, but nobody has possessed 2 animatronics at the same time, okay? And in fact, in Bunny Call, William had to die for Andrew to be able to move on to the Stitch Wraith. Plus, I mean, again, nobody has really possessed 2 things aside from William in Security Breach, and that's only because one of them was like a code brain version of him. Oh god, why is this series the way it is? But ultimately, in at number 2, Cassidy. Since the beginning of FNAF, we have been wondering about the mysterious and seemingly supernatural Golden Freddy, the entity able to travel through solid doors and walls, who gave us hallucinations and crashed our game when they got to us, okay? But who was this mysterious being? Over the years, we've gotten a few names, most notably with the gravestone ending in FNAF 6, but even with that, Golden Freddy's names always eluded us, or Golden Freddy's name has always eluded us. And if they are the one you should not have killed, or if they aren't, the name wasn't given to us in Ultimate Custom Night either, okay? only an alias. But alas, we were finally saved when the FNAF Survival Logbook came out, where after jumping through more hoops than dogs at a dog show or dolphins at SeaWorld when they just want food, we uncovered the name Cassidy. Thanks to wrong numbers on various pages becoming coordinates in the goddamn word search, it was a lot for a name reveal that honestly doesn't really mean much to the series, since the name Cassidy only appears in one other place, that place being the novel The Fourth Closet, and then a scrapped script that Scott said didn't make sense because the characters didn't matter. So yeah, Cassidy doesn't matter. I am so sorry. Blame Amanda. And finally, in at number 1, the 2-eye theory. The 2-eye theory states that in the FNAF 3 bad ending, there are 2 eyes lit up in the head in the back, which we assume is Golden Freddy, to show that there are 2 souls inside the animatronic. This isn't true, and I'm gonna tell you why, okay? Otherwise this would be a pretty short number. Firstly, it would be more difficult to tell that it was an animatronic head if only 1 eye was lit up, since, you know, all we see of this animatronic are the eyes, and it's just a reflection of the first light, since it's so dark back there, okay? Notice how Freddy also has light coming out of his other eye. Secondly, Crying Child hadn't been introduced into the series yet, not coming until the next game. That wasn't even supposed to happen until the community was disappointed with Springtrap's jump scare, and you know, this was supposed to be like the end of the series. This was supposed to put the series to bed. That's why we released the souls in the Happiest Day minigame. So, notice that only 1 person also wears the Golden Freddy mask in that minigame. And according to the official Freddy Files Updated Edition book, quote, "You'll see an image of broken animatronic heads, each with a lit eye," meaning that Golden Freddy in the back only has 1 eye lit. Alright? It's just how light works. That's how it goes. That are the fundamentals of light. It goes in every direction. That's why we see the other eye. And considering how that's the official guidebook to the series, basically the Bible of FNAF, we kinda gotta, you know, take it as law. That's all the time we have for today, friends. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been in Shower Main Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video. I need to take a breath.